our way to 1K subs. We out here. 2K26 is lit. All my subscribers lit this year. All my old head subscribers from 2K18 and 19. We still lit in here. I love all the support. I appreciate everybody liking all the videos. Make sure you comment your gamer tag on what system you play on, because I'm going to be doing a VC giveaway at 1,000 subs. And it's going to be for whoever is the first couple people to drop their name in the hat. You got to be the first one to comment, so it's first come, first serve. But I appreciate everybody pulling up. Even the car meets. I'll put some clips in here real quick of the car meets. The car meets was lit. You know, we all sitting there chilling, talking about how we can make 2K better and how we could all find new games to play. Like, we ready to play 2K this year. Season 2 is lit. Here's a couple highlights of the clips for the week and some of my best clips from my subscribers. All my subscribers that want to be on the channel and that want to get a little time to shine, make sure you drop your name in the comment section. And if you do see yourself in one of our clips, go ahead, drop your comments, say what's up, put your name down in the comments so we can enter everybody in the VC giveaway at 1,000 subs. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you want to pull up, let's all play. I'm ready to ball with all the subscribers, and I'm ready to get it in this year, 2K20.
Children, so they took all the good stuff out, like the Book of Enoch, that explains that they're not aliens, they're called the Watchers. And they look like aliens, and they came down and had sex with human beings. And those offspring is what you think are aliens, what the government makes you think is aliens. That's the reason why they want you, when they come down, oh, have sex with them, have babies with them. It's in the Bible. That's the proof. Well, I mean, it has to go back off the very first written language, period, which is in Hebrew, which is in Egypt, which is our original standards. I mean, yeah, over 4,000 plus years ago. Yeah. All right. I'm just saying that if I had to choose between accepting the truth of a man from, that's been around 70, 80 years, who's been told to say a certain thing, versus what the Bible says, a man came, thousands of years ago and have to do what he said, it's all a toss-up. Am I going to believe what a man said or a Messiah said? It's that simple. It's no question. Oh, yeah. Let me get that steel back. What? That's whack. Well, the Bible, it says that it's funny. My brother is an atheist and my stepbrother is an agnostic. So it's so funny. During Thanksgiving, we have the best conversations ever because he thinks NASA is an authority. And I told him, OK, let's Google what the original name of NASA is. The original name of NASA in Hebrew, it means liar. It means deceiver. So the same person that he believes in, and a supreme authority, they use the word liar and deceiver as their motto. So let's just keep it 1,000. Like, they're not trying to tell you the truth. They're telling you a version of their truth. Their ultimate goal is transhumanism. Well, correct. But the Bible is telling you that in a way to protect you, not to harm you. There's a difference. One way is to harm you. The other way is to protect you. But the reason. Well, that's just based off evidence. That's just based off evidence. You're only given free will because of that creator that nobody wants to speak of. That's the reason why, like, that you have that opinion is because we have the free will to do that. It's not some chemical reaction, a bond that some space dust made you. I mean, some people are confined by their religions, correct? Like being Muslim. Well, but that's why there is no such thing as the space dust theory or the monkey theory. You evolved from monkeys from no. That's a lie. The chicken or the egg concept, correct? Well, but like I said, you have to look at it at the reason why we can't say we'll never know is because there are people right now in college degrees that want you to believe that they know. Let's just keep it 1,000. They think that they know. And their running theory is the Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, that you evolved from monkeys. So you either believe in nothing Okay, but what I'm saying is that theory is a theory. Notice they call it a theory. And that was done by Charles Darwin, which was a known Satanist. Like if you look up his manifesto, it was with Aleister Crowley, which was the first man to ever do a ritual. Now, most people don't believe in that, but it was documented by the FBI and it's a real thing. Like they actually were able to summon beings that gave them technology, that gave them information about mathematics. We weren't in the Flintstone era and then just magically learn how to do nuclear fusion and atomic bombs. Let's just keep it real. Well, but again, that was the Tartarian era. That's what they lied to you about Atlantis. It's called the Tartarian era. They had a real era that was more advanced than what we are now. Correct. But they changed all that. Well, exactly. But that technology was given to them by the Watchers. The real evidence. Okay, but the real evidence is that what you call aliens, I just call angels and demons. It's the same thing. It's just, I believe that there are a tool used by wickedness to further the agenda of transhumanism. If you look in Egypt, what was the most common thing going on in Egypt? Anyone that transforms into something like that is promoting the agenda for that, correct? What I'm saying is, if you look at the evidence in the past, the one thing that was very popular in Egypt was the Baphomet, the Chimera. That's when they took a Frankenstein, basically, the technology of splicing DNA of animals. That is a technology. That's not a spiritual thing. But they use spiritual practices to achieve that goal. So I'm not naive enough to think that what we call science, back then they called alchemy. And that is and alchemy is a form of Satanism, witchcraft. It's a very real thing. So I'm just looking at the logical things that in Egypt, when they had the head of a dog, the chest of a man, and hooves for feet, that was called the Chimera. That was called the Baphomet. That was a real being that they created. And the reason why I'm telling you that the reason why they do that is because they want you to be unrecognizable to God. They want you to make the ultimate sin, which is sacrificing your DNA with something else. That's why they want you to don't get it twisted. The devil's greatest trick was convincing you he didn't exist. Remember, he's been to heaven. He's seen all the wonders that come with that, but he can't go back. So when he gives you an artificial AI body, that it doesn't die, it doesn't get sick. You don't have to have blood transfusions. You don't have to shit. You don't have to do all these things. Heaven, you could do those things. He's trying to copy the versions of heaven because guess what? Our Messiah, when he died, he put a cheat code in our DNA that when you die, you get recycled and go back to him. But if the atheists and the agnostics were just convinced just enough to sacrifice the essence that bonds you, and then you were able to trap it in a Terminator AI video game that could promise you everlasting life, that's what the Bible did. That is Revelation 2, verse 3, that you will run and never get weary. You will soar like eagle wings. The devil knows these things. It's just that he wants to give you all that in the video game. He wants to give you that in a video game so it can make you convenient and easy. I learned how to I got a Rolls Royce. I got a mansion. I don't want to give all that up. So I take the mark of the beast and I allow myself to stay. Yo. Yeah. Nah, but it's crazy. All the people all my friends that know about this many years ago, all their channels get banned. That's why I don't tell people this. It's because at the end of the day, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Well, like I said, the ultimate goal is transhumanism. The same way how they give you the Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Teen Wolf. That's the reason, because back in the day, they had sex with goats. They had sex with dogs, and they were able to make new versions of human beings. The one thing the devil can't do is create things, but he can manipulate you to create things. In the Bible, they called it the Tower of Babel. Now it's called the CERN, the Hadron Collider. It's one of the biggest machines mankind has ever created since the pyramids. And it's a form of the devil trying to get back home. He wants to open a doorway to a place that he's been to that he wants to convince you doesn't exist. So you can sacrifice everything about you so you can't go there. So you have sex, unprotected sex, so you can beat your wives, you do porn, you do everything to make yourself unrecognizable to God. So that when the time comes, you're so in love with the alien thing, the government's like, hey, and this is the reason why I said the Vatican is full of shit. When they touch babies and have molestation, they've already publicly stated that homosexuality, marriage is okay. And they've already stated that if aliens come down, they want to bless them in the name of God. To me, that's a ritual. My God does not fuck with demons. He doesn't fuck with them. So for you thinking that homosexuality is okay, and for you thinking that blessing an alien is okay, it's wrong. It's demonology. But they want you to think it's okay because when it comes down, they want you to fuck it. They want you to make a new version of human being so that you have a demon baby child and you don't want to go to hell. So you stay on earth with your demon baby child, and that your demon baby child wants to be in the video game. I'll stay in the video game with them. You'll never die. You'll never get sick. Just have fun in the video game and never die. But the problem with that is if you never die. Oh, the COVID shit. I think that it was a form of it because they want to see how far they can push us to the point where, if you had all 3 doses, you might be, but if you just had 1 or the booster, you're all right. Yeah, I just did the first one. I didn't want to do it, but I just had to. My parents are in their 90s and I didn't want to chance it. I didn't want to chance it. For sure. So the government, okay, it's something called Operation Bluebeam. With the FBI, they claim that if they wanted to chip us, they would put it in our food or our drink or vaccine. So correct. I took the vaccine. Then technically, oh shit, I'm talking shit and I just shouldn't have dunked that. Technically, it could be in me right now and I wouldn't even know. Technically, if that was the case, I'd be upset. But that would be a tough cookie. That'd be a tough pill to swallow, But it is what it is. I'd have to deal with it. Uh-huh. Correct. To make a new, to either make an offspring with it or to either let it, Ancient Aliens, the show, uses a ancient astronaut theory. They sound like fucking idiots with Michio Kaku and fucking the black dude, whatever the fuck his name is, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Fucking idiots. No. I'm talking about Michio Kaku. He's an astrophysicist. Their biggest goal is to say that the Anunnaki took a piece of your DNA and that is the reason why you're intelligent. They're completely overlooking the fact that there's no God in that scenario. That's the reason why they would need to cling to that theory, because there's no God in that theory. And I just think that the ancient astronaut theory is about them trying to make new versions of aliens. They want to make a hybrid, that they want to make a chimera of some kind. Well, that's the thing, that they've already done that. The very first people to ever be abducted was Betty and Barney Hill in 54. So what that is this is the reason why I tell you don't be fooled by that nonsense. Oh, up top. There you go. Corner. Off the Heezy. All right. The reason why they did that again is a psyop. When they abducted them, they didn't abduct them with real aliens. It was the Hollywood makeup artist type aliens. It was something created in a test tube. It was artificial. It was not real. But the abduction was real. Yes, they really took their DNA and all that shit. But the reason why they did that is because they made a blood pact covenant with whatever Luciferian ideology is out there. All right, yo, don't switch. Let him get cooked. All right, don't switch. So in that blood pact, they need to have a certain amount of DNA to play with, to do whatever they want. And they could tell you that it's some gray alien from across the universe, but in reality, it's a motherfucking demon that he needs blood sacrifice, just like in the past, just like in the biblical days. If you notice, it's all about children and blood. Anytime you know about the Vatican, if you look at Well, that's what I'm saying. If you look at the fact that over 70,000 young black girls and young white girls go missing every single year, 70,000. So it's like, what are you doing with all these children, bro? The Epstein files, all this stuff about the island. It's because it's something about the youth of a child before 7 years old. It's something about the essence, the purity of that they want. And it can't be found anywhere else but unless you have a baby. That's the reason why they have the transgender thing. They want everybody to be fucking gay, because if you're fucking gay, you can't have fucking babies. Let's keep it 1,000. It's all that. Why do you think they have Planned Parenthood? It's not because they want to protect women. It's because the male is under attack 24/7, 365. If you notice, the devil was in the garden when Adam was made. It was only when Eve was made that the devil actually tried some dumb shit, because it was the union he was scared of. It was the fact of making something out of nothing that God did that he can't do. So he had to strip that union. That's why they want all the girls to have OnlyFans. They want all the dudes to be oh shit, dunk that. Okay, that's splash. They want all the guys to be whores on the street and not have children. That's because it's an attack on the male seed. You know, they know the male is the most powerful way out of this. The same way your OG male sacrificed himself for you and I. Muhammad didn't do that. Buddha didn't do that. That's why the Jews and the Muslims are upset about my Messiah, because none of them can come back from the dead and then promise they're going to come back and save you again. None of them do that. That's why they're upset, because I have a fail safe. Well, I sure hope so, boss. I pray that it is. That those 300 eyewitnesses were no joke. When they saw him rise, it was real. When he sacrificed himself for us, it was real. I believe that. But, you know, what's the alternative? That I came from space dust and then I'm no more valuable than a grain of sand on the beach? No, I don't accept that. It's not logical enough for me. I'm sorry. It's just not. You know, but again, everybody has their opinion. I could be wrong. The alien invasion could happen, and it could be real aliens from another planet, like the Egyptians say, like the ancient astronaut theory says that they came from another planet, and God didn't make them, and whatever. Well, like I said, I'm not saying that they're not aliens. I'm just saying that every time you see the word alien, I'm saying angel or demon. I'm not saying alien. Yeah. I'm just saying when they say they're coming from another planet, I'm just saying, no, they're coming from another dimension, a dimension that God made and that they were banned from. You can call it hell. You can call it whatever, the ether, you call it whatever the fuck you want. I believe that place exists. And I believe they were trapped or banned there. They have to use the means of technology and spiritual means to get there. You know, even if you look at the Hadron Collider, the first time it broke, the scientists said that weird things were happening around the station, that they were hearing voices and they saw what looked like spirits or ghosts. Like, nah, like that's I just think it's too much spiritual to be in. Yeah. What? That's a form of Satanism. Again, yeah. No way it made you miss that. Oh, no, I've seen my white friends use it before. Not in the same room with me, but I've seen them. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't fuck with none of that. They have it. I know that some of them do it. Like as an example, we went to a Halloween party, and I don't really fuck with Halloween like that, but we went to one. Correct. I don't fuck with it at all. But I don't fuck with it, but it was for business purposes, and I wanted to get the contract signed, so I had to go. So I showed up with the costume like everybody else, and it was at a restaurant called the Goat Island Restaurant. All the white people, they showed up and they dressed as what they called bone doctors or witch doctors. They were all in the scariest fucking costumes I've ever seen in my life. And I even asked some of them, and they told me like this is a real practice. And I was like, y'all really do witchcraft and all that? It was like, yeah, it's how we connect to the ancestors. I'm like, what ancestors are you trying to fucking connect to? Like, you feel me? Like, but I'm just saying, like, a D-bomber, got him. Oh, too far? Too far with D-bomber. AI better not. I'm trying to get there. All right, let me lock in. They just didn't play it, yeah. Let me go back to my little pick and roll. Well, apparently, and I hate to put it to you like this, but I didn't start realizing what affection was until I met my old lady, and she put me in check, and it was no sex before marriage. Like, yes, we dabbled around. Yes, obviously we've sinned, and I tried not to dwell on that. But, you know, being 2 years celibate, it was something about the energy that I gathered from just not nutting profusely. And I hate to say that I don't want to sound snarky that it was some spiritual connection, but it was something inside of me that changed. You know, I started changing my eating habits and all that. Like I honestly believe that being married is a must. You got to make that union, because if not, you know, oh my God. And then the fucking AI gonna strip the ball like that. Oh, all right, let's lock in, bro. Let's get this ball right quick. There we go. Let me clear the paint. I'm gonna set the all ball in the corner. Man, bruh, we ain't got nothing in that play. I can't help. Oh, what is that? That was the ugliest floater ever. He made it. Yo, we got to do the high pick and roll. Oh, that's easy. You got to jump. All right, yo, we got to lock in. Hit that corner. Never mind. He on it. We just might have to go back to that again. He got D-bomber. He trying to. He got D-bomber. Oh, he sold. I'm not trying to rush. Yeah. Let me get out the paint. I got a screen in the corner if you need it. Oh, sheesh. We got it back. No. Pick the ball up, gang. Yo. He gonna snatch back shot. Did he tip it? Good pass, boy. Come on, we gotta lock in. 20 seconds. I tried. Why is... He's so... I'll try to pick up on him. He sold. Let's go. Yo, appreciate y'all following and subscribing. Y'all got a daily treat, so make sure y'all comment if y'all want me to start my whole conspiracy theory, talk about shit.
Appreciate everyone tuning in, pulling up to the live stream, joining in the comment section, leaving your name in all the comments, leaving your gamer tag in all the comments. All of that means a lot. I appreciate everybody pulling up to the car meet. That was lit. We need to start doing that every week now. I don't know who started it, but I'm going to keep it going.